always stay down and you always stay true. I don't know what I would do without.
Hello, you guys. Thank you so much for visiting the channel, embracing the experience. Like, share, subscribe. I thank you to my faithful subscribers who watch the videos, you know, every time I post. And thank you to the newcomers. I would hope that you would subscribe to the channel. You know, feel free to leave a comment. Like the videos, you guys, you know, thumbs up the videos. And I just want to mention that if ever you hear in the, you know, during my messages, something that is incorrect, or you would like to correct me, or you would like to add on to what I'm saying, or you would like to, you know, just make a statement, feel free to do so in the comment section, as long as it's respectful, you guys. I am, you know, I'm an open-minded person. I'm willing to learn, you know. I would like to think that, I do my due diligence, but sometimes I don't always have it right. So if you guys feel like I'm saying something wrong, I'm taking something out of context, or I'm quoting the scripture incorrectly, feel free to let me know. Feel free to let me know. But this scripture right here, you guys, is basically it's coming out of 2 Samuel, the 15th chapter. And so the reason why I'm being brought to this chapter, it's because I have a message. There may be somebody who is trying to actively overtake you and overthrow you, take your position, okay? Take your position in the family structure, take your position in the work structure, take your position in ministry, take your position. It don't really matter. But I feel like for some of you guys, there is somebody who's actively trying to take your position. As when you read 2 Samuel, the 15th chapter, you will understand that Absalom, okay, David's son, won over the people and overthrew David to the point to where David and some of his faithful men had to actually escape to the wilderness. Not only did they escape to the wilderness, David had to actually, now this is the part where I'm saying to correct me if I'm wrong or if I got it wrong, but based on what I studied, David had to cross over into the Kidron Valley, and that's spelled Kidron. Guess what the Kidron Valley really is? In Psalms 23, it mentions of, yea, I walk through the shadow of the valley of death. Well, Kidron Valley is known to be the valley of the shadow of death. I did not know this. So now this is some new information that you guys can take back. So, you know, David, he at first he had the ark, and he ordered two of his co-priests, two of his priestmen and their sons to return back to Jerusalem and to return the ark. And he basically was saying like that if God favored him, and if it, you know, if he found favor in God's sight, that God would allow him to return to Jerusalem, right? Because remember, he was fleeing Jerusalem because his son was trying to overthrow him. And he had basically, his son had gained the favor of the people, but there were still some people that were faithful to David. And so David had to flee to the wilderness, and he went up to Mount Olive. And so the Temple Mount and Mount Olive was so separated by the valley Kidron, known as the valley of the shadow of death. Okay, and that is where that place was actually called that because it was, like I said, it separated the Temple Mount from Mount Olive. And not only that, you know, it was at the end of the Dead Sea, and it was northeast of Jerusalem. But not only that, it was a burial site. Okay, it was a burial site, and that's why it was known as the Valley of the Shadow of Death. Okay. And so it was like known to be a spiritual valley as well as a actual valley of the of death. And so David went up to Mount Olive, and or Olivet, I think is how they may have said it in the scripture. But and he went there and he sent his priests back to Jerusalem. He basically sent them back with the ark and was like, well, if God have favor on me, he'll allow me to go back to Jerusalem. And so he sent them back so that they can keep their ear to the street, so to speak, you know what I'm saying, on what's going on with Absalom. And even one of King David's close counselors, his name was Ahithophel. I'm not sure, but he had turned on David. Even he had turned on David, but we'll later read that David went to battle and David was able to, get his kingdom back, and that his son ended up passing away in battle. But, the people ended up welcoming David back to his rightful position. So I'm saying this to say that there are some people who are trying to take your position in the family, trying to take your position wherever it is. But you know what? It's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the weapon is going to form, but it ain't going to prosper. It's not going to prosper. Like, whoever it is might be able to gain the favor of some people, but not everybody is going to go along with this person's charades or with these people's charades. And ultimately, you will be restored back to your rightful place. Ultimately, you will be seen as the king or the queen that you really are, and that you will be restored back to the throne, and that your crown will be restored back to you, okay? And that you will gain the favor of the people again. And there are going to be some faithful people who stand by you no matter what, through thick and thin, because they know who you are. It don't matter if these people try to do a smear campaign, turn everybody against you so that they can overthrow you and take your position. God is saying that he is going to give your position right back to you, that you will take the throne which rightfully belongs to you, that you will take the position and rightfully belongs to you, and your crown will be stored unto you. Your glory will be restored unto you. Okay? So I love you guys. I hope this message really helps somebody. Go ahead and read 2 Samuel chapter 15. Okay, and it talks all about it. There's a history behind really why I feel that Absalom, David's son, wanted to overthrow him, and it's a whole history behind it. Back in let me see, I think it's like chapter 13 and 14. Yeah, chapter 13 and 14, really, it's a history behind what happened, and maybe I'll go ahead and explain the history of it in another video. But for now, you can find this story in chapter 15. And I really hope it helps someone. Go ahead and meditate on this scripture. If you feel like somebody is trying to overthrow you, somebody's trying to take your position, somebody's trying to manipulate their way into your spot, God is saying that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, okay? It might form, but it's not going to prosper. And that you will be rightfully restored to your position. For some of y'all, you're not even going to be overthrown at all. You're not even going to have to leave at all. You're not even going to be moved at all. But for some of you guys, it might form, meaning some people might go along with it for a little while, and you might have to adjust for a little while, but please believe God is going to restore you back rightfully to the throne that belongs to you. I love you guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.
Calling me out like the first day. This ain't no first aid. Yeah, you making me new today in the best way.